You guys were curious about a lot of things, and I'm here to answer you. So grab your popcorn, your wine, your partner, your ex, whoever you want to grab, or whatever you want to grab. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. I'll start with the questions from YouTube before we go to the questions from Instagram. Although most of them are kind of like similar, so I'll just, bunch it up together. First question. I remember from your previous videos that you had a lash and brow business. Do you still do this? So no, I don't currently, but I still have the skill. So if anytime in life I decide to pick it back up, I will. But currently I'm not running it. Hey Somi, share your weight loss tips. Some of us might need it. I have a video. I think that's the last video I posted before this one, when I was talking about how I lost weight. In fact, that's actually not the perfect video to watch. So I would share my current routine, workout, diet, and other tips to help curb hunger and cravings and all of that. I'll make it in a separate video for you, so just look out for it. It will come very soon, I promise you. How did you become friends with Neka? I was married to her brother. And when we were still dating, obviously I had to meet his family and all his sisters, and I met Neka. We lived in Abuja together at the time, and we even lived close by, so we hit it off, and then How have you been able to cope with the loss of a parent? This one. It's been crazy. I don't even know how I'm coping. Honestly, I don't know how I'm coping. I just feel like it's just God, and I try to distract myself a lot. I don't like to dwell on things. Normally, my personality, I don't dwell on anything. If something happens to me now, I just try to move on from it really quickly. Although in this case, it's different, but I try just not to dwell on it, even though at the end of the day, when I crawl back into bed at night, it all comes crashing down on me. But I just try to not dwell on it, and I just pray to God always to just make my heart light. And also I just talk to my siblings, like we talk about the good memories, and yeah, kind of just makes everything a bit lighter. When audiences become invested in a creator's family life, it can sometimes lead to very personal questions during periods of change. How do you navigate certain boundaries in those moments? And do you think there's any responsibility to acknowledge a shift without sharing private details? Honestly, I don't think there's any responsibility. I share what I want to share. Because I've come out here does not mean that everyone here is entitled to know the details of my life, or every detail of my life. But I don't feel any responsibility to acknowledge or to... No, I don't, honestly. Setting boundaries, I don't even need to. It's like if you ask for something that I'm not willing to offer, I just will simply not answer you, or just simply not talk about it, or ignore. Really nothing much to do there. Have you ever considered relocating outside Nigeria? Yes, I have a few times, but the fact that I have she's no longer a toddler. I wouldn't classify her as a toddler. She's almost 3. So the fact that I still have a child that small always discourages me. But I have considered it. It is still somewhere there, like in the back burner. I'm so sorry for the loss of your parents. How have you been coping, and which parents died? So it was my dad. I lost my dad. I don't really talk about my parents on here a lot. And it's not because we're not close to anything. It's just because I've just kept that part of my life out of YouTube. But my dad and I are actually very close. I can say confidently that 365 days out of 365 days, he's the first phone call I get every morning. So, yeah. Beautiful Somi, sorry for the loss of your parent. Lost my mom almost 4 years ago, and it's hard some days. No questions here. Just know that you're loved. We see you. We love the girls. God's love and blessings always. Cheers. Thank you, Neka. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you as well. And also sorry for the loss of your parent. What helped you stay consistent with your weight loss journey, especially on days you didn't feel motivated? So, you can't always find motivation. That's one thing that you must know. You can't always find, like, no matter how pumped you think you are today, oh my God, I'm ready to lose 200 kilograms. Tomorrow, you might just feel like, screw this. So you can't always find motivation. You can't always look for motivation. See it as a task, as a responsibility you owe to yourself, to your future self, to your health, and you do it as such. Look at it as work. If you had to go to work, you show up at 9 to 5. Even if you wake up with the nastiest headache in the morning, you're still going to dress up and go to work. So the same way you do that, that's how you just see your workouts. Like, it's something you have to do regardless of how you're feeling or whatever is going on around you. Your updated skincare routine, your glow is blinding. Thank you. This has to be in another video where I can show you products and how I use them. But my routine now is very simple. I don't even use actives that much because my skin just needs a lot of healing and just rest. And to be honest, I don't even have the time. I don't have the time. I'm really not even doing too much of my skin. Mostly I cleanse with my Nivea cleanser, my Nivea micellar rose and micellar cleanser. If you know me, you know that's what I've been using it for. I think I'm on my 12th tube now. I've been using it for years since I had Kyra. Yeah. Then I use a milk toner. I can't remember the name, Toli Moly, I think. Then I use my moisturizer and my sunscreen. That's my skincare routine in the morning. At night, I cleanse. I don't always use my toner, but sometimes I do, depending if I feel like my skin is a bit dry or needs a little bit of plumping. I'll use it and then I use my moisturizer at night. Like, it's that simple. I'm currently not using any treatments or anything, but I'll do like a proper video on it and show you guys all the products that I use for it. Someone says, can you talk about why sometimes it sounds like you have an American accent? Did you study abroad? No, I did not. And I don't think I have an American accent. I don't think I even have any kind of accent at all. The way I talk is the way I talk. It might sound American, it might sound British, it might sound whichever way. It's just the way that I talk or I've chosen to talk. Hi, Somi. I just love listening to you. I love the way you talk. Your laughter is infectious. I pray more grace, growth, and happiness for you to see. Thank you. And I pray for the same for you. How did you maintain your relationship with your siblings as an adult? Okay, this is an interesting question because I get this a lot. And it was in my adult life that I figured that a lot of people don't even have relationships with their siblings. Like, it's a regular thing. Like, it seems foreign to them when they see the way my siblings and I relate. But I think it's probably the way we grew up, mostly the way we grew up, and the fact that we have a lot of things in common. We have the same sense of humor. We had amazing parents. So yeah, we grew up in like a close-knit unit. So, and even as adults, we intentionally keep in touch and try to always be there. Like, I have sisters that traveled years ago, but we still talk like we see each other every day because we're intentional about our relationship. Even my sisters that are years older than me, we are very, very close because we're both intentional about maintaining that relationship. Because at the end of the day, family is everything. Any beauty tips for ladies? First of all, take your sleep very, very seriously. Very seriously. I know you hear this a lot. Oh, sleep 8 hours a day, sleep 7. Take it seriously. It changes your skin. It changes everything. It changes the way your skin glows. The bounce texture of your skin is affected by your sleep. Drink more water. Mind your business. Invest in good products. I know everyone wants affordable products and stuff, but sometimes those high-end products are actually high-end for a reason. Same thing with your makeup. Invest in good products, in good everything. And looking good is good business. So anything that would make you look good, invest in it. It's never a waste. Go for your spa dates and everything, and don't stress. What is one moment in your life where your faith in God increased, or the moment when you decided to take your faith in God personally? That's one. Second question, please, what advice would you give to someone who's finding adulting super difficult? Okay, let me just start with the first one. A moment in my life my faith in God increased is when in fact, anytime I see my prayers coming through, it's just, yeah, that's what happens. For example, one time I was sick in the hospital. I had something that drugs could not cure. I just had to either wait it out or then wait for a minor, I won't call it major surgery, but a minor procedure to get it or help it to be resolved. And I was in hospital for days. I couldn't shower. I couldn't stand up. I had to just lay flat. And then I just prayed in the night. I'm like, do you know what? I'm tired of this. I know this is not what you want from me. So I'm tired. I want to go home. I slept off praying. When I woke up, I felt brand new. I did not feel a thing. I packed my bags and left the hospital, and I never had that issue again. So yes, that was one of the moments, but it happens a lot. So whenever my prayers come through, yeah. What advice would you give to someone who is finding adulting super difficult, hasn't figured anything out after uni, and is feeling behind in life? So firstly, there's nothing like feeling behind. Like, it's not a race. You only feel behind when you compare yourself to other people and other people's growth. Everybody's life is different. Their stages are different. The stage you're looking to get, you might get it at when you're 25 or 30. Some other person, it might be when they're 21. For that person, it might be when they're 40. So everyone's race is different. Your competition is only against yourself, or be with yourself, not with other people. So don't compare, so you don't feel behind. It's not like feeling behind. You're right where you need to be. The next thing is, if you haven't figured anything out, it will shock you that people still in their 30s, 40s are still figuring life out. I mean, this is the first time we are doing life. It's not like we've done life before and then, okay, we have prior knowledge of what to do or how to navigate it. We don't. This is our first experience, everybody's first experience. So of course, at every stage, you will still be figuring life out. So I'm just going to say, take things slow. You should have like mentors or people that you look up to, or you say, okay, this is the way I would like my life to be. And then you could seek advice from them on how they got to where they're going. For example, say you want to be in the fashion industry. You should have people who already have made it in the fashion industry that you're looking up to or you're seeking advice from. And then you should also tailor your life to how you want your life to be. Also, adulting is difficult for everybody. Adulting is super, super difficult for even the people you think have made it or are where they want to be. It's difficult. So it's not like it's difficult just for you. It's difficult for everybody. Trust me. What's up with your brother, the funny one? He's fine. He just likes to do shakara. See, all those times I see him on my channel, I literally have to beg weeks ahead. Please, I would beg, cry, call him 100 times and before he comes to my channel, and ain't nobody got time for that. So yeah, I haven't done a video with him in a while, but he's fine. I'll probably do a video when I go back to Enugu. Hopefully, I don't know if he'll be around. We'll do one, but he's fine. Another question, just to tell you I'm rooting for you. I wish you all the happiness that comes with life. Thank you. Hi Somi, how are you doing? I'm impressed with your new body, how disciplined you are and maintaining it. Thank you. Okay, what new year, in bracket 2026, what new year, I bet you meant to write resolutions. So what new year resolutions have you achieved so far and which are you working towards? So by the end of, first of all, I don't really do new year resolutions. So if I need to improve on something, I need to start doing it. I start working on it as soon as I realize it. I don't have to wait for a new year to come by. But in December, I did decide that come January, I would be more consistent with my YouTube, be more serious about it and not be off and on regardless. Like the way I take my workouts, that's the way I take my YouTube like work, and not just come off and on when it's convenient for me. So that was one of my resolutions. But unfortunately, when the year started, tragedy struck. So I also have not seen that through. But I've started anyway, so that's a good thing. And then you said, which are you working towards? I'm just working towards maintaining my mental, physical, emotional health and growing stronger in my faith. Yeah. Hi Somi, how are you really doing these days? I'm doing the best that I can. I'm not always great, even though I might always sound or look like it, but I'm not always 100. I'm not even still 100%. I haven't been 100% in January. But I thank God I have a lot of supportive people around me. I have my family, I have my friends, and yeah, they make it easier. They make it better. So yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm actually doing okay. Please, Somi, when are we expecting perfume review video? Are you not seeing price of perfume? Are you not seeing the price of perfume? How many do I want to buy to do review? Well, I don't know. Hopefully soon, because I'm expecting a few bottles actually. So hopefully I'll do that soon. But for the meantime, I beg, not now. Not now. So me, I hope you answer mine. Of course I will answer you. Why won't I? Do you edit your videos yourself? And if yes, what app do you use? What's your new phone? Because the camera is so bright. I know it's a lot. I'm sorry, I'm just curious. Oh no, it's not a lot. Yes, I did my videos myself and I use CapCut to edit. I use the paid version. If you're a creator, you should use the paid version because there's nothing the free version is going to do for you. All the things that you need to do are in the paid version. So I use CapCut to edit all my videos. They're all on my phone. I've tried editing on my laptop before, but it's just a lot. I'll still learn it later, but for now I use my phone. I'm currently using Samsung S24 Ultra And yeah, I don't use artificial lighting. I use only natural light. How are you really? I know you're smiling, but I hope you're genuinely happy. God will keep you and you won't fall apart. Amen. Like I said, I'm doing okay. And I am genuinely happy, right? So I've said this before, that my happiness is not really attached to anything or anybody. I would be happy regardless of whatever is happening around me. But obviously there are events that would take place that might dampen your mood or your spirit. But I'm happy. Hi Somi, long time no Q&A. I want to know why you decided to switch from being an iPhone girly to a Samsung user, and is it just temporary? Yes, it's very temporary. But I woke up one day and I just felt like, I want to change my phone. Like I just wanted a change. You know how sometimes you wake up one day, you want a change, you can't cut your hair and dye it. That's what it felt like with my phone. I just wanted something new. But now I'm really tired, so I'm really looking towards changing back to an iPhone. I don't think I would change. I'll just get an additional phone, but this will still be there because I actually like a lot of the features and I like editing on it. So it says, what happened to the man that ran away with your money? He's unfortunately still living his best life, but I will catch him. I will catch him. Shebi in this Nigeria, I'll definitely catch him. One day for the thief. I be what they say, every day for the thief, one day for the owner. I go catch her. How is your family? We are doing great, thank you. My question isn't going to be the obvious one because we're mostly women on this channel, so we sort of have a sixth sense about these things. I mean, if I had to blah 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 blah. Anyway, she says, were there any red flags you ignored? Did you marry for money and then fall in love after? I feel so silly asking this, but I didn't want to ask the obvious. No, I didn't marry for money. I didn't marry for money. There's no amount of money that you give me that I've not already experienced. Come on. I grew up being a baby girl. I was the last one. And my dad made sure I had everything I wanted at any point I wanted it. So obviously money was never a factor for me. Of course, it was an added bonus, but it was never a factor. I was in love. I actually fell in love, and yeah, that was it. Hello Somi, I use the Samsung 24 Ultra as well, and my videos and pictures aren't so great when uploading. Please, what setting do you use and app for editing? Like I said, I use my CapCut art, and when I say art, like I said, I use my CapCut. Like I said, I use my CapCut app to edit, and before I export, I make sure that my optical flow is on. I make sure that the BPM rate is high, and is it the bit rate is high, or byte rate or something? I don't know how to pronounce that bit rate or byte rate, something like that. I make sure it's higher, and then my optical flow is on. And even when I'm uploading my videos to CapCut, I always click on HD version. So when you're uploading, make sure you're uploading the HD version and not the version that is like watered down or the smaller or resized version. Please, what are the meanings of your kids' names and what informed naming them that? PS, I'm Ghanaian. So my first child is Kamara. I'm Igbo, and most Igbo names have Chuku in them. So my first daughter's name is Kamara Chuku. Let me know God. Short form Kamara. Second one is Kaira Luchuku. Let's leave it for God. Yeah. So that's it. What made me pick them? They're just names that I like genuinely. I like how they sound. And I was looking for a name that started with K for my second child after I had my first one. So I wanted them to be like KK, K-swear. How to deal with being taken for granted by people you care about. Here's what to do. Bye, suckers. That is how you deal with that. You don't waste your love or your energy on people who don't reciprocate or who don't even care about it. You can't pour from an empty cup. So you pour into people and people have to pour back into you. But if you really want pouring and pouring and pouring, one day you'll be empty. And then those people will go and look for another person that has a full cup, and then you'll be left all alone. So do with that what you will. You got 12K subscribers on YouTube 2 years ago. You're currently on 13K plus, and I honestly think that the numbers could be more if you were a bit more consistent. Is growth on YouTube your thing, or don't make any money off YouTube? Okay, so this is one thing I even noticed myself. I actually got to 10K subscribers in my first 6 months on being on here, and I was very consistent. I was growing. I was very consistent. Then I didn't miss. I don't think I stayed up to 2 weeks or even more than a week without posting a video. I was very consistent, and I think that's what contributed to my growth. And after that, I took a very long break off, and I've been off and on since then, and that's why I'm still where I am. Definitely growth is important to me, and that's why I'm going to remain consistent this year. And I do make money off YouTube. I mean, I was monetized a month into coming here, so it's definitely one of my plans for this year, to remain consistent here and to grow my channel. That's why I keep telling people to subscribe if you haven't. What are some things that you did in your grieving journey to not go under or get into a depressive state? Once again, I'm so sorry for your loss. So I did not isolate myself, which was the first thing that I wanted to do. In fact, I did it for the first few days, and I realized that that was not going to do me any good, or the rest of my family any good, or everybody any good. So the first thing I did was to not isolate myself. So I'm always around people. I'm always talking to people. I'm always talking to my family members. I talk to my sisters almost every day. I talk to my friends, and they always make sure that before the phone call is over, we are both like, we're smiling, we're happy, or something like that. So yes, and I always did things that would uplift my spirit. So if it's listening to gospel songs, if it's going out, if it's being around friends, like whatever it is I know that's going to uplift my spirit, I'll just do it. Also, whenever I pray or I listen to some certain songs, I just feel good, because I'm like, God's aware of this. So I just feel better. So whenever I talk to God, or I listen to some really good worship songs, I just know that I just feel like, God's with me in this, so there's no really need to fret. So yeah. How do you deal with a disrespectful person? Aura for aura. For every bass you give 2 boss. That's the only way to deal with it. Please, any life advice for young ladies? I would say, don't put yourself in a box. You can be anything we want to be, really. You can decide to be one thing today, and tomorrow you change your mind. It's okay to change your mind. Like, I know people that went from being doctors to being fashion designers, and it's really no big deal. So don't box yourself. Also, I think you should know yourself first before being attached to another person. Try and know what you like, know what you enjoy, know what brings you joy, know what you like, how you like spending your time. Know yourself, actually, because to be honest, you don't really know all those things till like you're in your early 20s. That's when you start discovering who you are. So discover yourself before you attach yourself to somebody. Another thing is, take your finances very, very seriously. When I mean take it seriously. The way you see you have to go to school, you have to read a book because you need to pass. You have to do everything to get that, everything legal and whatever is morally just and upright to you, to get that money in your bank account. What are your thoughts on ghosting? I think it's a very cowardly thing to do, But on the other hand, there are some situations where it requires ghosting, especially when the person is very aware of what they did, or what they are doing. There's no need. We're all adults. We know what we're doing. There's no need to have that conversation, because we are both aware of what happened. So in a situation like that, I think ghosting is allowed. But if it's just like you guys are, whoever it is, both of you are in good terms, nothing happened, and you just ghost the person, that's not a nice thing to do to somebody, because people get emotionally invested into people, and you don't just up and leave and not give an explanation for that. Some people deserve closure. On the other hand, if they ghost you, please treat them like the ghosts that they are and pretend like they don't exist anymore. How do you handle life stress? I eat. Food gives me joy when I'm stressed out. So I eat and I work out. What are your top 3 things to do in your pastime? I like to maybe watch K-drama. Would I put that as top 3? I'm not sure. I'll put that as a top 3. But something I like to do, Sha. I like to hang with my friends. I like to be on the phone I like to talk to my friends or my sister. Yes, if I have any free time, I always call my sister on the phone. We can be on the phone for hours, like 3-4 hours. So yeah, that's my top favorite thing to do. I like to watch K-drama as well. That's another thing. And the third thing would be, there are lots of things. It depends on my mood anyway. It actually depends on my mood. So it could be to read something or to research something, because I always like to know new stuff. It helps my brain because I don't remember stuff a lot, but reading a lot helps you remember, and yeah, learning helps you remember. So I like to just some random talk. It might be about a war that happened 100 years ago. I'll just go and read up about it, and yeah. Tell us more about the skin condition you're dealing with. Is it similar to your nephew Kaito? No, Kaito is suffering from something else. It's called topical steroid withdrawal. That's different. I, on the other hand, so it's a lot, right? So I do have allergies to something. Kaito, yes, he has allergies, but it's just not the same. I do have allergies to things that I haven't figured out yet. And it's not one thing, it's a combination of 2 or more things. I haven't figured that out yet. So when it comes, the heat makes it worse. So it's not like it's caused by heat. No, heat just aggravates it. But I don't know what causes it. And it happens a few times. But one thing I also noticed that when my gut health is great, I don't really suffer from any of these weird things that I suffer from. But once it goes under, then yeah, all these things start manifesting. So I'm pretty sure when I treat my gut health and I get it back to order, because when I get it back in order, everything will be fine. Right now it's just I don't know if you guys can see, they're just spots left behind, but nothing serious. This one was just really mild. This one was so mild, and thank God it was just on this part of my body and this part. The funny thing is that they're both different. On this part is just a black patch that is here. This one came up as as like, what's it called, pustules or something, because it had some liquid on the inside. So they're not actually heat rashes. I just use heat rashes to just talk about it because I was not ready to start explaining long story in my other video. Other times it manifests on my entire body, my back, my chest, my thighs, my sides. But thank God it wasn't this bad this time around. I think if I have a clip of picture, I will show you what it is. So I don't have any name. There's no diagnosis yet. They just told me that they're allergic reactions. I also have eczema prone skin. It's a lot, but we thank God for life. Who is your favorite ex-sister-in-law? Note, if you want peace, better say Nello. I don't know. It's Nello and Neka obviously are the ones I'm closest to. I don't have a favorite. They both play very important roles in my life, so I don't have a favorite. I like them both equally. Whether you choose to believe that or not, that's on you. I've said what I have to say. No be go cause quarrel between me and my friends. Hi, Somi, your phone back glass that got broken. Hope you later got it fixed. I got the front fixed. I didn't get the back fixed because that's not important to me at this point in time. But I will get that fixed later. Why did you stop the cooking contents you were giving us before? I don't too miss your recipes. Because I stopped cooking that much. I stopped cooking, actually. Because most times I used to cook for, you know, my significant other. Now, who am I cooking it for? Like, is it my kids that be cooking pepper sauce for what? No. So I hardly cook. I just do like my bulk bases for my stew, my soups, and keep them in the freezer. When it's time to eat, I bring it out. So my cooking process is kind of different now. So yeah, that's why. But moving on, I'll do more of like meal prep videos and maybe cooking for my kids. But for all those like soups, all those meat and all of that, so I don't really do those anymore. What would you say are your career goals or financial plan over the next few years? With the way this country is, anywhere I see money, I go to Kedo. Anywhere, I don't send Even though it's not relevant to my field, I will put my head inside. Just anywhere money is to be made, count me in. More seriously, I want to start investing. Who are your kids' godmothers? So my first daughter, Kamara, Neka is her godmother. And my second child, my older sister, Gwen, is her godmother. Are you interested in having more children? Say a cute little boy to trouble Miles. Not really. Not really, but I can't say never. Never say never, right? But it's not in my agenda. If it happens in the future, great. But I am not looking out for it. Like, I'm not planning for it. But if it happens, yeah, I don't mind. Who am I? How are you able to be financially stable during these economic pressures and now being divorced? You're very beautiful and I love your content. First of all, I've never been financially dependent on another person. So that's one. Secondly is everybody, they feel the heat. If you're in Nigeria, you're feeling the heat. So whatever you can do to stay afloat, whatever I can do to stay afloat, I do that. How have you been handling your dog and kids? Are they enjoying themselves? Remember that you don't have to answer anything that you don't want to say. Of course, you don't need to tell me that. My dog and my kids are fine. My dog is currently with my sister because I couldn't travel with her. Because that's like having another toddler that you have to take care of. My dog is so needy. She's so needy. She just wants to be cuddled and carried all day, and ain't nobody got time for it. So yeah, my kids are fantastic. They are ecstatic, they're happy, and they will always be happy. My question is, why do you choose to confuse your enemies to the point that they started a live stream? Look through all the questions here too. We both know what I'm talking about. Actually, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I wish I knew because this looks like it's tea, but I have no idea what you're talking about, to be honest. Please, can you drop your new skincare routine? There, I've already said that I will in my next videos. One of my next videos will be my skincare routine. I'll definitely drop that. Okay, so these are all for the questions from YouTube. Now let's head to the questions from Instagram. Please, can you share what you eat in a day for the Fit Fam girlies? Okay, when I'm doing my video for my workout routine and my diet, I will do that for you. So just watch out for that video. In the next few videos, I'll do that for you. Not a question, I just want you to know that you're really beautiful and you're a strong woman. Thank you. How are you? Like, how are you? Please don't ever leave us again. I am good. I'm doing good. I know I could be better, but I'm actually great. I'm actually thankful for how I feel because it could be worse. And I don't intend to leave you again. I'm here to stay. Are you really engaged? I don't know what prompted this person to ask me this question. Actually, I know what prompted this person to ask me this question. I'm so tempted to call your name, but I won't. And I should also be keeping that sealed. Who are your favorite music artists? I have favorites internationally and locally. I don't like to put them in the same category. So locally, I would say I like Ashake. I like Burna Boy. And what's this guy? Chike. Yes, I like Chike. I like his vocals a lot. I love Chike's vocals. I can listen to his music all day. Internationally, there are quite a lot. But off the top of my head, I'd say Chris Brown, Usher, and there's this guy. His voice is just, I don't know. It's the guy that sang Khalid. Yes, I love Khalid. So when I'm talking about my favorite artists, it's not necessarily the artists, though, it's their songs. Just some people just like, the way some people say they love Davido, like whatever he sings, they would, roll with it because they love him. So for me, the artists, I don't say I don't care about them, but yeah, they're not really my issue. It's just the songs that I like. So these are the songs that I listen to. I listen to songs with artists because their vocals are just amazing. So Chris Brown, Usher, Rihanna, Khalid, and I love Kygo as well. Kygo's beats, Kygo's songs, mwah. Do you have phobia for driving? Because I'm yet to see you drive. I film myself 99% of the time. So how can you see me drive? And also, there's nothing wrong with being a passenger princess. I'm so sorry about it. Was it piled up things or was it something that came to you as a shock? I'm sorry, but I don't know exactly what you're talking about. If you're watching it, you can just rephrase your question in the comments and I can answer you there because I don't understand your question. When are you doing a sit down video with Nello or KK? Well, we have already done 2. You guys just have to look out for it and wait for it to drop. So better turn on your post notifications so when it drops, you won't miss it. We even have more to come. So I will do like a couple more before I leave Port Harcourt. Any tips for completing 75 hard? Any lessons learned after you completed yours? Any tips? I don't, honestly, 75 hard, I can't even advise anybody to do it. It's not something I will make somebody do or tell somebody to do. Because what? That's the craziest challenge I have ever tried to do. Tip, I would say, when you register or when you get the app newly and then you register, there's an email that the creator sends to you, right? Read anytime you feel like you're demotivated, go and read that email because it will really tell you, it will really make you realize that you're just being lazy about things that you shouldn't be lazy about. So yes, I did that a lot. Anytime I felt like I just want to quit, I'll go and read the email and then I'll just get motivation. What's one thing that's been keeping you emotionally? Family, friends, and my kids. And also I try to find humor in everything. So that helps a lot. I thank God that's the kind of person I am. I find humor in everything. So I can't really dwell on something or be downcast about something for too long. I'll find something funny about it and I laugh about it and then that's that. Please, could you share weight loss and skincare tips? You look too good. Thank you very much. I will. In my coming videos, like I said, I will share those. What do you love about me the most? I'll soon call your name here. What do I love about you the most? I love that I can be myself. Yeah. And I love that our friendship was really organic. It wasn't anything that was forced. We didn't have to meet and say, okay, let's try and be friends. We just became friends because of we like each other. You like me the way I am. I like you the way you are. And yeah, I like that about... Does that answer the question about what I love you about you the most? Is that a befitting answer? I don't know. I feel like I turned that around to say, what do I like about our friendship or our relationship? Oh, I like that you're hilarious. I like that. You're hilarious. So I love your sense of humor and I love that I can tell that you care about me. Yes. You make it very obvious that you care about me. Yes, I think I love that the most. Where is your funny brother? Please film with him soon. I will show him this question so that he can know that he's missed on this channel because I actually want to film with him soon. He's hilarious. You're looking so good. How long did your weight loss journey take to see results? I don't want to say how long it took me to see results because you might start comparing with yourself. Other people might start comparing, why is it taking me this amount of time to see results? Because it's a very personal journey. It also depends on what you're doing. So obviously, if you're lifting heavy weights and you're doing cardio and then you're in a calorie deficit, you definitely see results faster than someone who is just not tracking their food or not lifting weights. Do you understand? So it depends on what you're doing. So I don't think I want to say how long it took me, but it wasn't a very long time because I was doing all of these things that I just talked about. Why do you keep leaving us on the red app? It's not my fault. It's actually not my fault. It's just I let life circumstances get in the way, but I am not doing that anymore. I'm going to show up for you guys all the way, regardless of what's happening in my life. I promise. How are you coping with grief? Does it ever get better? And are you really okay? I feel like I'm repeating this question, but let me just say, yes, it does get better. It's only been a short while. But some days are better than the others. Sometimes it just creeps up on you. Other days you're like, you just remember it and you smile. And other days you remember it and you just want to lie down and cry and like scream out to God, like, why? But other days you're like, oh, well, you remember the good times and it's all right. What happened to your shades business? My dear, I did not order another batch of glasses because when I started that business, I started it because I wanted to be affordable for everybody. Like I wanted everybody to be able to buy glasses. Students, anybody could just order it. But then dollar can't begin to do it. I don't know. Pricing was just what made me take a step back. Do you plan on moving out of Enugu? Yes, definitely. Definitely. Enugu was never where I planned to stay long term. I only moved down there for my business and then because of my ex-partner, but it's not where I would want to spend a long time. And also my dad used to be in Enugu, so that's what even kept me there the longest. So yeah. Are your brows microbladed? Do you still have the business? Yes, my brows are microbladed, but they've kind of faded now because I did mine like 5 years ago. I did it in Lagos. So it's still just it's faded right now, but you can still see traces of it. And I'm currently not in the business of doing it, but I can get to do it anytime that I deem fit. How are your beautiful daughters? They are doing amazing. Thank you. They've even come into this room like a few times. I just had to cut out the video. To the question that has like 2 million entries. Are you really divorced? Yes, I am. It's not something to joke about. I wouldn't come out to say, oh, my ex-husband or my ex-sister-in-law, and they won't all be in on it. So yes, I am divorced. So I think we've taken care of that. So there's no need to come in my comment section for them all to be asking, oh, is it really true? Or my heart is broken. Yes, shit happens, and that happened. Can you make money off YouTube from posting just YouTube shorts? I don't think so. Because my shorts, I'll be seeing like $0.1 or something like that, some ridiculous amount. I don't think you can do that because it requires a lot. You probably have to have like 2 billion views. Seems like you've been through a lot this past few months. I have. How are you holding up? I'm doing great. I have like a great support system around me, so I'm good. How have you been coping so well with the girl? Which girl? My nanny? I'll be my children's nanny or... I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. If you're watching this video, you can just clarify in the comments and I can answer you there. But I'm not sure who you're talking about. How do you save money? Because this Nigerian economy is mad. Any apps or tips would help. So Piggyverse is a good app. I've used Piggyverse for years. Like since Nello introduced Piggyverse to me, like almost when Kamara was a baby. When Kamara was born, 2019. So yes, in 2019. So this is about... before she was born, so 2018, thereabouts. So this is about 7 years of using Piggyverse. So yes, I use Piggyverse to save. Hi Somi, would you give love a chance or get married again? Oh, definitely. I would definitely give love a chance again. I would not use because of one experience that didn't go well and then ruin my future experiences. So yeah. As for marriage, I don't know. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, I'm not seeking it out, but yeah, I'm also not closed to the option. What makes you happy in addition to fitness? Food, as ironic as it sounds, food. So you see why I'm always struggling, because it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle, honestly. What advice would you give to someone who is pursuing marriage? I'm sorry, I don't think I have the right knowledge to advise you. Every relationship is different. What works for you might not work for Mr. B. I don't know. I can't say anything, to be honest. I can't. Just Godspeed. Okay, so the rest of the questions are mostly like questions that are repeated, or not questions just saying, oh, I love your channel, I love your content, your skin is glowing. Thank you all for the compliments and for all those messages. But I will be ending this video here because I think I have answered all your questions that I want to answer. Let me put that there. So if your question wasn't answered, just know that it's not knowledge I want to share. And just let's leave it at that. There's no need to come back and ask me again in the comment section. I still will not answer you. I think I've covered all the questions that were asked. Hopefully your curiosity was satisfied. If it wasn't, I'm sorry, can't help you with that. But do look out for my next videos, because a few of my next videos are also answers to some of the questions you asked me. So I will see you in those. Bye.